Hey again, everybody. Today I want to talk about the unknown. Um, you know, just kind of in a general sense of that question that's always in the back of our minds, um, of the gap between our knowledge and the extent of everything. Um, and really, I want to talk about the potential of what can be found within that distance. Um, And so the title of the video is The Distance, or When the Distance is Unknown. And really, um, is the distance ever known? Um, and I was thinking about this because I was listening to a podcast um, with David Goggins and a couple other people, and he was sharing his story of in the Navy SEALs training when they would be running with the instructors, and sometimes they would just keep going even though they were past a certain point where they would usually stop, and they would just keep going so that the people running at the SEALs would not know how much longer they would be going for. And so, um, this got me thinking about how that's really what it is in our personal lives and our work lives and any pursuit that we are going after, and how we are our own instructors when it comes to the distance that we are willing to go. And so, um, there was also like an idea to put with this too is that um, the distance is only unknown if we allow it to be unknown, and that it's better for it to be unknown than for it to be fixed. Because when we, like, for example, when I do my runs or I'm doing sets, um, sometimes it's better to just keep going and go until failure. Um, and there's times where that's right to do, and there's times where that's not right to do. But in the general idea of most things, it's usually the better thing to do. Just go, just keep on going. Don't put a limit or a cap on the distance that you want to go. And so, um, this is also that there's nobody else who can do that for you. There's nobody coming to tell you to go run, to tell you to study, to tell you to get a job, to tell you to do anything. Once you hit that independent stage of your life and you've moved out from your parents' house, and um, you have a lot more control over what you do day to day, nobody's going to tell you what to do. It's completely on you, and it's scary. It's terrifying. Um, and there's some people who never quite figure that out. Um, and it took me a lot to figure that out. And but also, you know, we can be an inspiration to other people. Once you have a bit of discipline in your own life, and you have something that you're not putting a fix on, you're not putting a cap on how much you're doing it, then you other people will see you and they'll ask, why are you doing this? Like, why do you do this every day? I've been asked recently, like, why I want to run every day, or why I train, or why I do, what I do. And I, I'm not training to, run a marathon or do anything crazy. And really, I just want to, I want to have something to be proud of, and something that I can say that I did every day. And I don't know what the distance is that I'm going to go to. And really, I think it's better that I don't have a fix on it, that I don't have, okay, once it's the new year, then I'm going to stop this. Or, once it's like, I'm only going to do this for 6 months. And I would say at the start of things, that can be a good way to get you into it. That can be that spark of motivation of, okay, I'm going to see how hard I can go for 1 month, even if it isn't 1 month, 1 week, and that distance is fixed, and so you know what the finish line is. But if you do it right and you get there and you get to the finish line, you will then see, oh, I should keep doing this. Like, this is worth it to not put a cap on and to continually strive and keep doing it. And it's not always going to be like, you're not always going to be running. You're not always going to be gaining distance. Sometimes you're going to stop. Sometimes you might even go backwards. And this is going to happen, and it's not avoidable because we're all human. We all have times where we can't, and that's okay. What matters is that we get past that, and then we pick ourselves back up, and we keep going. And for me, recently, I've been running every day, but I haven't been lifting as much as I should be. And so after I record this video, I'm gonna hit the gym, go on a run later, and hit everything today. Well, not everything, but just get a good all-round session, because I know that that'll make me feel better. But this also goes for anything. It goes for journaling. I mean, I have major, like, month-long gaps in a lot of my journals, and I'll kind of just realize one day where I'm like, dude, I haven't been writing anything down. And even though there's not a whole lot going on for me to write about per se, it's still worth it to write down something and to get your thoughts organized. And so I was also thinking about this because one of my friends recently has said that they don't want to go to the gym anymore. And I'm not trying to point fingers or call them out, but and we're, as his friends, we're all trying to motivate him to continue to try. But it's tough, man. It's hard to be dedicated to something, especially when you don't really have an end game. You don't have okay, once I'm at this point, that this is where I can stop. Because everybody wants that break, Everybody wants to know, okay, when can I grab water? When can I breathe? When can I have time to just chill? And while resting is important, that shouldn't be what you're doing it for. You should love the pain more than the rest. And it's hard to get yourself into that mindset. But discipline is doing something that you hate like you love it, which is a quote from Mike Tyson. And so that distance is always going to be unknown, but it's better if it's unknown. Don't put a cap on your dreams. Don't put a cap on what you're physically, what you're mentally, what you're spiritually capable of, because you're infinite. You have infinite potential, and there's nothing that you cannot do. And it's hard to, and that sounds cliched, and sounds, kind of corny, but it takes a lot to realize the truth of it. Really, until you start to see results, you're not going to believe it. But maybe a better way to think about it is that you are getting results every day. And it's having faith that those results are there, that eventually you will see them. And as long as you're doing one thing every day, it's just going to get better. So, this is kind of a topic that I've touched on in a lot of my videos, so I'm kind of restating a lot of things in a different way. But, I want to emphasize the idea that not knowing is sometimes better than knowing. And, having something uncertain, but still doing it despite that uncertainty, only proves to you that you're doing it for the right reasons. And if you don't want it, you're going to make excuses. And if you want it, you're going to make time, and you're going to make it happen. And this is a very much I'm speaking to myself here because around the holidays it's easy to slip into slumps, and when you're on break, you're break from school, maybe you're off from work, and you're just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna take it easy, and that's good, on Christmas, on when you're with family, but you know, keep yourself in a state where that's not going to continue past the break. That you're eager to get back to it. And yeah, so I hope you all are doing well, and I hope that anything that you all are working towards, that even if the distance is unknown or uncertain to you now, keep doing it, because pretty soon the results from it will show, and then you'll know why you're doing it. And if you have a why, you can bear almost anyhow. So yeah, so keep working, keep on going. I believe in you. We all do. And I hope you all have wonderful holidays. I'm excited to fly home. I fly home on Tuesday. Have some fun things lined up with some friends and my family. So should be pretty good. Um, so yeah, remember who you are and what you're capable of. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.